Now, the other big point that I want to say is that once you acknowledge that this program exists, and part of it is meant to do exactly what they're doing to me, and they said they're watching this play out in real time, exactly, then why would anyone who caught them still allow them to do it? Which is the bigger question. So the bigger question is it meant for now that they said something about audience. Well, that wasn't what I was going to say, but what they're pretty much trying to say is that now that I have an audience, they want to have this happen in front of the audience. My question is this: is the bigger reason they're doing this and still allowing this to happen is to see how far it will go. And I said this is probably like the most TV reality show ever, where this is as much reality as you'll ever get. Watching people in real time hurt another human being for nothing. They tried to lie about it, they tried to cover it up, they tried to twist it into all sorts of things, and they're still doing it. So, how bad are they going to let things get for me? Am I going to become homeless? Am I going to become so disabled they wanted me to have a custodianship? Will that happen to me? They said, "Oh, if I hadn't been able to prove with these videos that there's nothing wrong with me mentally, they probably would have put me in some sort of custodianship, guardianship." So, how far are we going to take this? Is my question. Their question is now that I have an audience, hey, let's really do it. How they feel. Mine is the opposite, which is so now that there's a group of people watching this, are you really going to keep pursuing this and pushing it further and further and further to the point where it's just too obvious, too horrible, too too destructive for the rest of the world to just stand there and watch, which defeats their audience um, issue. At some point, an audience will stop being an audience and start, they said, become a participant. And that's my point. At some point, when you just stare in horror at something, at some point, our human nature, our human emotion, human humanity kicks in and says, this is horrible. It shouldn't have been allowed to happen to anyone. And now that it's happening to me in front of an audience, how much more are you going to do before you just stop and say, where is, look in the mirror and say, where is your humanity? Ask yourselves every fucking day, where is your humanity?